Stephen A. Smith here. I'm with the owner slash Co-Commissioner. He's somebody that helps out with a lot of the league information. He will be taking over Arkansas. And as I said before, he's a former UCF football user. He had a lot of success within the Gscfb. But before we get started, I want to first ask you, how are you doing?
Hi, brother. I'm doing good. Happy I get to talk to you. You're making me sound way more important than I am, though.
Oh, no doubt about it. You're very well important to this dynasty. You know, all the things that you do to keep things going smoothly, keeping the week advanced every week. You have done a lot, so you're definitely very well important. Let's get right to the meat and bones of this conversation. Obviously, you started the year out with a lot of success in regards to the UCF Gscfb cycle. And I see that you will be having a new team. You transitioned over to Arkansas. Your first year for UCF, you had quarterback KJ Jefferson. And it's interesting that you coached him last Dynasty. And he actually transferred from Arkansas. So there's a little bit of a pipeline there right there. So how are you feeling with this new team as far as Arkansas? Are there any high expectations for this team? What can you give us moving forward?
Well, brother, I appreciate the kind words. Means a lot to be appreciated. I actually didn't get to finish out KJ's career, but that would have been cool to do because I am a lifelong Arkansas fan. I was actually born and raised in Fayetteville, Arkansas. Grew up here, still live here. Big time Hogs fan. So I actually came into the to the league a little bit late. I came in around season 4 or so. Don't ask me how I became a commissioner. I think that's just because I'm super likable, or at least that's what I like to think about myself. This next cycle, I'll be taking over the Razorbacks. And so hopefully I can restore them to some former glory, if there ever was much glory. I believe you'd have to go back to the 60s or 80s to find some good Arkansas teams. I got lots of hope. I like to think that anything that I do as well as anyone else, potentially better. I like to think that that if I take them over, I can restore some of that and bring them a championship. But right now, I'm still focused on UCF. Fell a little short of the championship last year, and I would like to get back to that game and see if I can't make things right before the season's over, just to end on a solid note from this cycle.
Yeah, I think that's going to be actually fun to be able to take over a team that's not winning like that a lot and add your taste to the talent level. You know, you get a chance to go in there and start building the dynasty the way that you want to build it. And speaking about talent and recruiting, in my opinion, I feel like Wisconsin, Amfish was probably one of the best to ever recruit with what he was able to do with a team like Wisconsin. But what's your take as far as going into EA College Football 26? Are you going to still kind of bring in the same sort of players like you did at UCF, or will that change? What type of wide receivers do you like? Because I'm a former wide receiver myself, so I'm interested to know, do you like the bigger style wide receivers, or do you like the short, quick receivers that can get downfield? I'm just interested to know that type of question, that as far as the receivers, are you going out there?
Yeah, I think that Fish, along with several other guys, such as Miami, massive at Texas A&M, several others did really good at recruiting. And I think that I would have been a good recruiter as well. My issue was that I started 4 or 5 seasons behind everyone else. So that put me at a real disadvantage when it came to recruiting. So I took kind of a different strategic stance and viewpoint on that. I just kind of took the scraps of what I could get and really made two positions a primary focus for me. I looked at the athlete running back. The power backs were very good to switch to defensive end. And then the receiving backs could be switched to wide receiver. Even some of the elusive backs could be switched to wide receiver. And then I put a lot of focus in on linebackers, athlete linebackers. And that really panned out well for me. You can pretty well move them anywhere on the field, and with just a little time, they would develop into good players. So I was really focused on versatility. That was my main thing. Players that I would give me the option to move them wherever, because there's no way that I was going to recruit against guys who had all their recruiting filled up on their coach build. But there was a way for me to compete, and that was through taking the scraps and, trying really hard for certain positions that were very versatile. And I just focused on development, and I went that way. So that worked out for me. All right. It's not the ideal way to do it. If I could choose to do it different, I would have done it differently, but it worked out for this cycle. I made the best out of the situation I had. So that was that on recruiting. As far as receivers, I kind of just like I like a receiver that can move. You don't have to be a super speed demon. I mean, the speed is always nice. I don't care if they're big or if they're small. I just like to have some decent speed. The primary thing I'm looking for is a receiver that's able to move after they catch the ball. I want to be able to catch the ball and do something with them. Because so many times a 10-yard pass turns into an 80-yard touchdown in this game. It's all about the playmaking ability.
What are you most excited about going into the Gscfb college football Dynasty? Just in general, playing EA College Football 26 in general. What about the game have you heard, or have you done any research that has you very excited to pick up the game and play it?
So what makes me excited about College Football 26 is just a bunch of the stuff that I've seen online. So supposedly they've fixed a lot of the recruiting glitches to where you could, finesse the system and back in and out and add certain pitches to get an advantage over people who didn't, take the time to do that or research it enough to know that they could do that. I've also heard that they fixed position changes. So now if you have a player who qualifies for, different abilities, you can't just get those abilities by, changing their position and then changing it back to their original position. And I'm hoping that with that, they fixed other things. Like, for example, I had a lot of success taking wide receivers that I knew were never going to see the field on my team. And if they had decent enough speed, but they had bad skill caps at receiver, I would just take them and swap them to corner. And you give them 2 seasons of development, and they're, a 90 overall corner. And I don't think that that's something that should be in the game, but it was. So hopefully that they fix that. I'm thinking that they looked into that, because that was talked about online. You could find YouTubers that spoke on it. I also hope that I've heard that we can spend the points now on our own players, so we get to choose how they upgrade, and that's nice, because there are a lot of times whenever you're trying to build a guy some way, or you would like a guy to grow and progress one way, but he goes the complete opposite direction of what you actually need, what your team need is. Like, say, if you have a defensive tackle and you really need him to be a heavy block shedder, but he puts all of his attributes points into rushing the passer, and that's not really what you're needing help with team-wise. That's really frustrating. So I'm thinking, from what I've read and seen, that that's not going to be a thing. That's going to be something that we're going to be able to choose and do for ourselves, and that'll be.
Yeah, I definitely agree. That would definitely be nice. So as we get ready to close, I have a few more questions, and then we'll get up out of here. I definitely want to thank you for doing this interview. Are there any thing that you would like to see change in the league, whether it's rules or just maybe in-game play, formations allowed, anything that come to your mind, or do you feel like everything was pretty much good from your experience being a part of the franchise? Any final things that you would like to say to the league? Whether it's, shout out your hometown. Any bold predictions? You can definitely end on the bold prediction. I think it's going to take at least, 2 or 3 seasons before you can really make a run for the national championship. But we will see. You definitely have the stick skills, and we see what you can do when you have the pieces in place. So, well, with the Razorbacks, I think it's going to take a little bit of time for you to get this football team up, ready to go. But yeah, so can you shout out your hometown, bold predictions, and any final things you would like to say to the franchise? Thank you a lot, and we'll definitely keep in touch with you throughout the season. Until next time.
There aren't any rules I really think need to change. For the most part, I believe that this league has been really well ran, and I was super excited to step in here and see such a committed group of guys. That's always nice because I've been in several leagues over the years. I really only stuck with one for 5 or 6 years, and man, I bounced around some bad ones too. And it's always evident, the good ones and the bad ones, and this is a very good one. Probably the best I've been in. I really appreciate how active everyone is, especially when it comes to scheduling. Guys, like there are times that we get through a full season in 30 to 40 days, and that's quick. Like we're advancing fast, through the playoffs and your off season and everything. That's quick, guys, and that's a really nice thing to have from a league. So I appreciate that from all of y'all. The only thing I can say about rule changes is I know that there's been some mention of using custom playbooks, and I don't want to call anyone out here, but like there are some users in the league that you can tell spend a lot of time on this game, and you can just tell that if they had a custom playbook, that they know certain plays that'll score every time. And I just encourage y'all to rethink that if you really want to, try and get custom playbooks in, because it's probably not the best route to go. It makes the game too easy sometimes. Now, with College Football 26, you never know. They may have changed stuff to where there's not really unbeatable plays, but I doubt it. There's always money plays. Money plays have been in Madden for the past however long Madden's existed. So, just really think about that if that's something you really want to do. I like limiting the play calling to just, your standard playbooks. Other than that, no, I think you guys have done great. I think that you've built a great league here. I'm happy to be part of it. I don't know how I became a commissioner, but I appreciate the fact that I am. And I just hope that I do the best job, and that you guys, can come to an agreement and think that I'm worth my weight. So yeah, thank you. And thank you for having me on. Oh, and one last thing. Woo damn pig.